Hey guys, it's Katie and I am back today with a bit more advanced brow tutorial for you guys. And I only say that because the product that I will be using is just a bit more difficult and finicky. So if you want to, you can refer back to the pencil brow tutorial I did. But let's keep going. So I'm using the Dipbrow by Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's just a pomade. I'm going to be applying my pomade with a angled brush, and I'm going to be taking a small amount, putting it on the back of my hand to get off the excess, and then creating that underline. So with this, it's very similar to, say, liquid eyeliner, where you need to be extremely light and do a little bit at a time to avoid messing up, because your mistakes are kind of amplified whenever you use this kind of product. And versus using a pencil or a powder, with this I have created a straight line going upwards, and then from there I use the very tip of my brush to create little hair-like strokes to finish the tail out, as you can see. I'm then going on top, starting a quarter of the way through the brow per usual, and I'm doing the same thing, staying very, very close to my natural brow outline, and again using very short, light strokes, mimicking the hair and the growth of the hair. And then just cleaning up some of the bottom. And I'm using only the tip of the brush. I know that's not something that's very obvious here. And then to fill in the brows, I'm using the product that's still on my brush, and I am turning it to the side, and I'm simply sweeping up from the base of the brow where we created that underline and sweeping up. And then here I'm creating those hair-like strokes going in a downward motion, here in an upward motion. Again, mimicking just like a real hair. And we can always clean up some mistakes later with our concealer, so no need to fret if you make a few little errors. Again, just using the side of the brush, not adding any new product here, only using what's left over, and just starting at the base where we created our underline and sweeping up. I'm just cleaning up my underline some, trying to make it as sharp as possible. Make sure that there are no gaps that need to be filled in. So for the front of the brows, that is the most difficult part. I'm going to start by making a very, very faint underline, and using the same motion that I did with the other part of my brow, I'm taking the side with the brush and I am just barely sweeping up, barely touching my brow. And I have not added any new product, I am just simply using what is left on the brush. Your pomades have a tendency to be very dark if you use a heavy hand, or if you add too much product, it can look very clownish in my opinion. So in order to make your eyebrows natural-ish looking, whenever you use this kind of product, you really want to use as little as possible and build. And then to brush out the product, I'm just using a spoolie, and that is going to help move the product around a little bit. However, again, whenever you use a pomade, pretty much once it's there, it's there. So it's great if you use this at the gym or during the summer or an activity where you would be sweating a lot, because this stuff does not move. So keep that in mind whenever you're applying it. And then again, just repeating the process on the other side. As you can see, I am almost not even touching my eyebrow. Using those very light strokes, just working our way to the tail end of the brow. Just going over top again, staying close to my natural outline. Connecting the top with the bottom tail, and then working our way towards the front slightly. I try to leave the front portion of my brows alone and do those last because that's whenever I have the least amount of product on my brush. Per usual, my left eyebrow giving me a terrible time. It truly is a freak of nature. I hate it so much. For some reason, it just never wants to cooperate. And as you can tell, I'm slowly starting to make my underline and just sweep that product upwards in the front. Just barely touching my brow. Pomade, in my opinion, is more difficult to work with just because if you make a mistake, it's extremely noticeable and it's very hard to fix it. There is also a time and a place for it, and I feel like if you can use a pomade and still make it look kind of natural, then that's a job well done. Because like I said, this stuff is great. It doesn't move, at least my ABH Dipbrow doesn't. And I can wear it for 24 hours straight. I wouldn't advise it, but I have done it before and it just doesn't move. And it also does give you the look of bolder brows, which I am a sucker for bolder brows. To top it off, I'm going to use my Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer by Maybelline, and this is my favorite drugstore eyebrow gel. And I'm going to work that through my little brow hairs to set what we have just done. And remember what I said, you're never going to make your eyebrows even, so just do as good a job as you can. So that's all, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this little tutorial on how to use the pomade. Let me know what other videos you guys want to see, and make sure to thumbs up, subscribe, and leave a lovely comment below on what your favorite eyebrow product is. Thank you very much for watching and have a fantastic week.